Hi, Susie from Pink Diamond Guide. How is everybody? Stopping by to do an energy update for the Twin Flame Collective. Super excited about what this energy is going to reveal because we've just gone through the new moon energy, the new moon in Aquarius, which I'm kind of equating that energy to washing everything clean. It's like taking all your dirty laundry to the laundromat, and the Aquarius full moon is here to wash us all clean. So we should be setting wonderful new intentions to where we want to be heading this year. It's been tumultuous to get to this point. It's been seriously like if we're talking about dirty laundry, it's like the mud, all the dragging through the mud to get us to the point where we can actually pick up what we need to and get it clean. Now we've got a couple of other influences playing out that I want to read around. We've got look, for the first time in I don't know how long, all the planets are traveling direct. So it's like this should be some forward momentum for all of us. There's not one that looks like it's in a transit. There's not one that's in a retrograde transit. So, when we talk retrograde, it looks like they're moving backwards through the sky. So it's like we don't have any planets doing that at the moment. They are all moving direct, which is going to, help really support all the energies of people moving forward. Now, we've just had Uranus. That was the last one that was to go direct out of those mass retrogrades that we had. And it's all about change, awakening, freedom, and it really is a catalyst energy. So I would expect to see things that catalyze people to move forward, events, people, places, scenarios that really catalyze people to make significant change, lasting change that awakens them to new levels of understanding and spiritual awareness. The other transit that we're sort of leaning into, where it's a little bit later in the month, but we've got Venus moving into Pisces, which is about warmth, femininity, compassion, and forgiveness. All of these energies combined on top of Venus meeting Saturn in the sky, love, longevity, commitment, and commitment to something you really desire. Throw all of those energies together and we start to look like we're heading in the right direction. So let's do a reading around this. Let's call it the reading where everything's going direct and see what we come up with. We'll look from the perspective of divine feminine first, then we'll look at divine masculine, we'll build a bridge, and then we'll have a look at divine love oracle, see what we come up with. Let's get ourselves a reading. The Fool, straight out, the Fool, wonderful. And we've got the Five of Pentacles, we've got the Page of Pentacles, we've got the Two of Cups, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, and we've got the Magician. Oh, this is already an exciting read. I'm happy with what I'm seeing. Let's get the bottom six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to be a crackerjack reading. And look what's underneath there. Look what's underneath. Like, I don't always go to go 9 levels deep. And then we've got the Empress and the High Priestess, the King of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, stop digging, stop digging. All of these cards are telling me a really, really awesome story about moving forward. I'm going to have a quick look at these, but that does take the energy a little deep. We've got the Chariot, the Six of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. This is about moving forward, moving on. Freedom, 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 right? Who's the catalyst? The Knight of Swords. What do you need to say, and to whom do you need to say it? To wash your dirty laundry clean. Who do you got to get away from? Who do you have to leave behind? What scenario has been holding you down? Because you are now in your chariot moving forward, divine feminine. Freedom, right? Freedom. This is coming here for you. What's the next layer? What's the next layer? This is where we get super serious. Okay, so this is giving to a divine connection, right? Here, look, we do have the Five of Cups, which is a massive catalyst energy. I'm talking big catalysts that move people forward. So to have the Lovers here, we're talking about, divine love lessons. And here with the six, maybe that's a Freudian slip. The Six of Pentacles is bringing in wisdom, is what I want to say, is bringing in, I call them pennies from heaven, when the divine is giving to us. Now, this could also be that we're giving to connections around us. We're giving to our divine love connection, and we're addressing the gap between. Now, what we know to be true, see the Two of Cups in there, we know our Two of Cups is safe, and our Two of Cups has come through in the main read. So whatever distress, guilt, shame, I'm going to tell you that the energy that's fighting against you to keep you in guilt and shame, that battle's already been won, right? And now the energy that is coming towards us is about understanding that we can stand up in everything that we've learned and everything that we've known. To be on a twin flame divine love journey means you, if you have not been in Five of Cups energy, are you really on a twin flame journey? And look, I work not just on YouTube, I take personal private readings, and I also work for another company where I'm talking to people every single day. I'm reading and channeling for people every single day. And I promise you, if somebody rings me up or I get on a call with someone and they go, I've met my twin flame, and it's all sunlight, roses, unicorns, like I just go, are you really on the journey? Let's unpack that and go, have you met a wonderful soulmate, and can you just enjoy this journey? If you ring me up or we're in a session and you go, this person is making me lose my marbles, this is what I'm going through, the catalyst energy that a twin flame is, right? If it doesn't put you into some process that's Five of Cups driven, if you're not asking questions around lower vibrational energies, whether it's sadness, grief, regret, jealousy, mistrust, any of those energies that would come against a twin flame connection and push you into an ego space, then I'm talking twin flames. Then I'm going, what do you need to learn? Where do you need to grow? Where are your friction points? Let's dive into that stuff. How well do you understand the doctrine? This is what this energy is. It's going, do you understand the forces that are trying to stop you from coming into union? Do you understand what the mechanism of your ego is? Do you understand all of these pieces of the puzzle around being a twin flame and a divine connection, and the existence of the struggles that you're going through, why you're on this journey? And honestly, if you're following this channel, if you're new to it, welcome. But what you're going to find from me is some straight shooting around the ideas that this is not a fluffy rom-com that you found yourself in. You found yourself in a serious soul ascension journey, and the only time this energy gets you back in that joyous rom-com energy is when you've done the work around separation and oneness. Now, I'm not going to continue to repeat the fundamentals of twin flames. There's a playlist called Key Concepts, and I think there's two there that goes through key concepts around twin flames and different scenarios. Check them out if you need to understand deeper ideals around separation, oneness, and twin flame doctrine. That's the stuff that gets you back into union, not the rainbows and unicorns and candy covered hearts. That stuff is not the journey of a twin flame. This is the journey of a twin flame, whether you like it or not. We need negatives and positives to create and to move us through our soul ascension journey. We need to understand so many nuances about what it is to love, and love with the divine leading it. We need to know what it feels like to be led by the divine and not led by separation or feeling like you can't be in connection with your twin flame. So, with that rant over, if you're still listening to what I've got to say and you're new to the channel, welcome to the Twin Flame Journey Through My Eyes. I straight shoot as much as I can because I want to be of assistance. And if all I say to you is your twin flame's coming back, we're going to get over this heartache and it's going to be just, peachy keen, I'm not doing you a service. So what I want you to understand is when I see energies like this, I believe you're going to be catalyzed into an awakening of some kind. The divine is going to give you some level of awareness that you didn't have before. Now, it doesn't matter where you are in your twin flame journey. You could be in separation, you could be in union, you could be varying degrees of in between. It doesn't matter where you are on the journey. The divine is continuing to pour these pennies from heaven down upon you for the purpose of your divine love connection, to allow you to understand that the connection is never under threat, even though you feel these big negative at times emotions, right? They're there to teach you, they're there for you to learn and grow. And whatever's about to come upon you right now, you are charging forward, divine feminine. Seriously, seriously, seriously. This next round of lessons are going to be a doozy, but they feel very positive to me. Okay, what have we got? Yeah, see, look here, here. This is why I get really super serious about the doctrine of twin flames, because here we've got this story on repeat, right? Like I feel like I could just give you the same sermon I just delivered with the next layer of energy. So essentially, you might be asking the questions of why can't I just be happy? Or why is it whenever I'm in connection with my twin, I feel like they're lying to me or they're deceiving me, or this whole journey is in fact deceiving me, depending on where you are in the process. And it does this to me. It puts my mind up in a pretzel and I'm twisted in knots trying to figure out what's going on. Now I'm a straight shoot. I talk about mine and Ricky's journey into union and how we fall out of alignment, but we don't run away from each other. We don't understand each other all the time because our own journeys are playing out. But because we're aware of the separation and oneness purpose, we fight really, really hard to gain alignment again. And the current process that we've been through has been serious. Like, it's been serious energy that's coming against us. And we're fighting for a version of happy and feeling like we keep falling into, keep falling into traps, right? Traps that have been set by, in our particular case. Yours is going to be different. Yours will be what it is. It could be exactly the same, could be completely different, but they are traps set to keep you out of union, and your job is to learn and grow and move through them. Now, I said to him the other day, I said, this journey just makes me feel like I'm losing my marbles, right? It makes me feel like I'm losing my marbles, like I'm going legit crazy. I've been on this path for 10 years. I know a thing or two about the journey that I'm happy to share, happy to talk about. And I still get to the point where I go, I think I'm losing my marbles, right? His answer to it was, don't worry, I'll buy you another bag. I'll give you some more marbles to lose. But being, point being, this is a repeated story. It's going to get into happy union. It's to understand where the deception lies. Now, your twin could be battling. They could be with another person. They could be committed to their job. They could have addictions. It could play out in a million different ways as to why you need to be in separation right now. But separation, you need to understand, does not mean that you're not connected. You're always connected. You're one particle sitting at one split particle. There's not nothing in the nothing. You are always connected. Look at that key principles playlist if you want to dive into more knowledge about that. But this is what you need to understand as a basic truth. This is what brings you into union, is understanding. It's a core ideal of going, there's not nothing in the nothing between twins. And you might feel that your connection is a lie if you can't see, hear, speak, or be in contact with your twin. But what Spirit is telling you is to get out of your head. Get out of your head and understand that, getting past the deceptions and getting past the mistruths is the key to bringing you into union. I don't feel like I've got to the bottom of that energy, and I think we'll unpack it more as we go. But my gut feeling is that you're going to come into more understanding, and I'm including myself in this ideal, is that the understanding of the journey deepens yet again. And any deception that we found ourselves in, particularly from about October last year, it feels like it comes to a head. Like we're able to get our minds out of that twisted pretzel energy and be able to move forward into deeper understanding, deeper clarity to what's playing out in our connections as they currently sit. Now, twins come together in waves that are task centric, and where you sit on your wave is, you could be on the front, you could be on the back of it, but waves are not time centric, they're task centric. And where you sit on your wave is completely it's different for each person depending on how your journey is evolving. So no one person can put a timeline on your connection. I can discuss with you the forces that are playing out on the collective and likely outcomes that might occur. Now, the force that's playing out on the divine feminine right now is the energy of the Fool. Hallelujah. I love this. You know why? Because Uranus just went direct, right? There's been all of these retrogrades playing out. Now everything is going direct, and the energy of the Fool is like to follow your path. It's freedom. It's change. Change. It's awakening. And are we looking for a catalyst energy? I found my catalyst energies. Look, they're here. They're here. They're here, right? You've got a bunch of catalyst energies waiting to play out, and the Fool is asking you to just take a leap of faith on them. Don't talk yourself out of your blessing. Even if there's a spirit in your ear telling you lies about your connection, this is the Fool says, don't listen to it. Follow your heart, follow your soul. We're in the 7 year. It's a year to embrace your soul's energy. And look, I'll skip over this one and go, look what's in the soul space. It's the Page of Pentacles. You're going to learn something new. You're going to awaken to a new force, a new energy that comes on the back of what has been something quite distressing. Okay, something that's pushed you into some really challenging energies. You're going to come out the other side of it, really giving this new energy your all and coming into understanding. Currently, you're sitting outside of the blessing. The Five of Pentacles is saying you don't know what this is yet. That's okay, because we're about to have we've had that Uranus in Taurus energy kick in, but it takes a little bit to actually grab hold. Then we've got Venus moving into Pisces, which is about warmth and femininity and compassion and forgiveness. Currently, we're sitting outside of that. It hasn't ticked over. It's still an out in the cold energy. So don't be surprised right now if you're starting to go, I feel it brewing, but nothing's actually happening. What's going on? Why do I still feel locked out of my blessings, Susie, when you're telling me that I should be having these pivotal, amazing, awakening energies? They're coming. They are coming, but it hasn't like it's not hitting me in the face yet because this card's here. And look how deep down the pack. This was like 7 cards deep versus this sitting in your current energy. So this push is coming, but it's not here yet. Currently, you're probably feeling outside the cold and you don't quite know how to crack the blessing open, but new understanding, new awakening, new freedom, more catalysts are coming to bring you into your connection. Here's where it's interesting. You got the Two of Cups in the challenge position. Now, this could play out a couple of ways. This is interesting. It could be that a soulmate comes into the picture for those of you who are at that part of your journey to catalyze your journey. You could have somebody new come in and you're going, but what about my twin flame connection? Am I betraying my twin flame by following the soulmate? The second reason why it could be a challenge is because you feel locked out of your soulmate blessing with your twin flame. So that could play out a couple of different ways depending on where you're sitting on your journey. But here's what Spirit's telling us to do. Work the energy. The Page of Pentacles is here with a new understanding, a new opportunity to learn, a new opportunity to grow. Dive into the doctrine. Dive in. Do the work that's required. Now, the battle that we're in and the work that's required is not like when we say we're in a battle, it's not the physical battle where you take up arms and you go after people. It's like when you read about spiritual warfare, they talk about things like music. They talk about things like reaching out in spirit, putting on the breastplate of I'm going to get this wrong, but you'll get the gist. It's the breastplate of truth and trust and the armor of God, and that's what spiritual warfare looks like. It's not an arm wrestle with a demon in the physical. It's like you're taking this battle out into another realm. The realm exists beyond the physical, and that's why it's important to understand that your connection sits there too. So your connection can be attacked beyond the physical. This is work, people. I'm not even gonna I can't make this stuff up. This is work that you've got to do on the physical plane, and you've really got to trust the divine knows what they're doing in bringing you into this new knowledge. Knowledge. You want to come into union, understand the doctrine, keep chasing doctrine, keep chasing higher consciousness, because that is the key to bringing you into harmonious union. Or at least, I'm going to say, from my perspective and everything that I've been through, and every time, we come back together, anytime we get into disharmony, I've always found that there was another spiritual lesson to learn, another battle to fight. And when we came into understanding, we come back into harmony. So I preach this not from a position of going, that sounds like it's right. I'm saying it's worked for me in my connection. Now look at this. The magician is what comes in as a likely outcome. What's super important about this energy, and take this on board for however it resonates for you. It doesn't matter what phase of your journey that you're in, you're about to transform, right? Whether it is you're about to transform into union and connection, whether you're about to transform into a soulmate connection that's going to serve you and help you grow, however you're about to transform with whatever knowledge, all of the elements need to be correct for you to move forward. Now, what does that mean? Back in the day, the alchemist, to turn lead into gold, for that alchemy to occur, all of the elements had to work in perfect measure. They all had to align with each other. If you had one element out of place, the transformation wouldn't occur. That's where you're sitting now. Spirit's going, follow my voice, listen to me, follow the lessons, follow the guidance, follow the learnings. You're blind to it. It's not a look with your eyes, although reading, I'm big about reading at the moment. It's like you might read it with your eyes, but take the knowledge into your heart, because where your feet are following is like you can't see if you're going to fall off a cliff or not, but you have to trust that you're not. You have to trust that the destination is at the end of this ascension. So follow your feet. Keep listening to the divine, because they're going to bring you out from the cold and into a new truth. There's a change, an awakening, a freedom, because of a catalyst energy. And then on the back of that, look how you move forward. Now, this is how I'm seeing the planetary progression right now, is because all of the planets are moving in a forward direction. It takes a minute for that energy to settle, for sure, but it's like fast paced forward momentum towards what we're meant to be moving towards. Because look what's underneath that, a couple of layers deeper than that, there's your Empress energy. This feels like awakenings 101. People coming online all over the planet, DNA codes lighting up, people making more connections towards why they're here and what they're meant to learn. Oh, I'm excited. I'm so excited for this energy. And we've waited for it, haven't we, Divine Feminine? We've been going through lesson after lesson after lesson. It's been struggle after struggle. And like I'm, even though I am where I am in my journey, like I've been leaning on you, collective, and going, this is what's happened to us. This is where and you guys have propped me up the same way I'm sharing with you. That's the power of the collective in going, as more unions come online, more knowledge comes online, and we get stronger and we get closer to this energy feeling easy, which is where we're headed. Where we're headed. More awakenings, more knowledge, more truth, and then we come into more unions. Divine Masculine has got the Four of Cups, has got the, you've got the Six of Swords too. So where did I see it? Where did I see it? Where did I see it? It was down here. It was that deep layer of energy. And they've got it on the surface. Okay, soul space. Soul space. Wow, look, I've got goosebumps. We've got matching. When we get repeating energy, it's exciting for a reader, because you know that we're getting some kind of alignment taking place. The Death card in the soul space. We've got the Four of Swords. We've got I turned them both over. We've got the Star and the Hangman over your Magician. Oh, this is a good reading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, look again. Here we've got Six of Pentacles. Look, Six of Pentacles. We've got matching energies taking place here. We've got the Ace of Cups in the reverse. We've got the Ten of Cups. We've got the Ten of Cups. I know I'm taking these out of order, but what I'm doing is just looking for the story to have. I'm looking for it to correlate, that these energies really are playing out a similar story. The Sun wants to come out. I swear, Divine Feminine, I swear to you that the sun wants to come out on these connections. It really is a new time for these energies to birth. The sun, the King of Cups, the Ten of Wands, Divine Masculine, are you with us? Are you with us? Are you feeling the push? Are you feeling the change, the shift? Look at this, the King of Wands. I'm going to talk about the Aquarius full moon here because I want to lay down all my dirty laundry. I want to hang my laundry in the sun and let it dry. Now the King of Cups, right? He has one foot in the land and he's trying to dip a toe in the water, right? And we've kind of called him out for a bit of that before. It's like, come on, divine feminine, divine masculine, just get in the water. Now what I think he's ready to do is just dive right in under this push from the Aquarius full moon. Is like he's going to wash his laundry in the water because he wants to get rid of this Ten of Wands. Tired of being burdened. Two, I'm tired of being a burden. I'm hearing it both ways. The King of Cups is tired of being burdened and being a burdened. This is what he wants to feel. I want to feel the sun on my back. Look at these sunflowers, these happy little sunflowers reaching for the light all the time. And it's kind of here. It's like, to me, this is like laundry. I know it's not. I know it's a flag. Like I see it for what it is, but I'm kind of like laundry drying under the sun. He's there washing his laundry. I don't want to be a burden and I don't want to be burdened. Next layer of energy is going, I want the Ten of Cups, which is what you've got here. But look, this is why I'm super interested to how this plays out, because how your Ten of Cups played out was like going that there's some kind of lie. And it's here, again, we've got all of the water of the Ace of Cups in reverse. So it's going, I want the Ten of Cups, but it's like my offers are being refused, or my offers are not good enough, or my offers are not able to birth. I want to give an Ace of Cups. So here we've still got this awakening energy to get through. So change, freedom, catalyst energy of going, why do I, here's what's interesting. I'm like, I'm going to settle into this energy for a bit. I don't think I've really got to the heart of what Spirit's trying to show me here. Right? So I'm going to just let it settle. I know that they're trying to say to me that both sides of the coin are having a level of awakening. Now look at this. If we imagine this as a divine hand, right? And it's like it's holding the chalice, but look where the water is actually going. Even though it's in the reverse, right? The water is going up. The water is going up. It's almost as if divine masculine can't put a foot wrong. And I'm seeing this M. So say this is the masculine's cup. The divine is going, I'm going to upend your cup and you're still going to be okay. The waters will come back to me. They'll wash down through you and come back to me. I'll upend it. They'll wash down and come back to me. Now, this is something divine masculine hasn't understood before, is how potent the energy of the divine is in this connection and how much giving has had to occur in order to bring this connection into balance. But I have called the divine masculine out so many times for selfishness, and what I'm going now is that this is a giving energy, because it's like they've handed themselves over and gone, like, as much as my cup will be tipped out, I'm okay now to have my cup tipped out because I know it returns to the river of the divine. There's something in that energy about going, I can allow things to be tipped out. I can allow it because I know that I lose, I win, and I lose, and it balances out. It's like I'd much rather risk putting my heart on my sleeve and tipping out what's in my cup and allowing the divine to nurture me. It's a divine circle that I find myself in, and I've never understood it before, but now I'm ready to embrace it. But that repeating message of like trying to understand any deceptions that exist around this Ten of Cups, because you both got it, but you've both got a challenge to it. But essentially it wants to come into an energy where there's understanding. That's where I'm leaning. Now here again, I kind of want to pick that up again now. See how similar the energy is. See how similar it is? A divine hand, a divine figure holding the Ace of Cups for the divine masculine. And here it's like going, sometimes I can call this card out a little bit challenging. It can have an energy of disappointment around it. It can be an offer that's being refused in favor of the 3 cups that are in front of it. But because now I've got this one with it, I'm kind of going, he knows that he can accept this cup and he can tip it into these 3 cups, and he can nurture everyone and everything around him, knowing the divine will keep filling that cup. I want to get away from my troubles. Look at this 6 of Swords. I'm leaving troubled times behind. You both are. It's like, I feel like divine masculine, you've got your swords in your bow, and you know what causes you pain and strife and trouble, and you've packed your swords up, and you're moving away from disharmony towards harmony. You're coming to look. I'm coming to get you, divine feminine. I'm coming to bring you in from outside the cold. Now, this is very pertinent energy for some of our unions. Don't panic if your divine masculine isn't showing up on your doorstep, because his energy plays out differently for everyone. It could be that they're always coming back to you. Always. The energy is always returning to you, always. For some, it's sooner rather than later. That's what I'm saying to you. So across the divine feminine energy, the divine masculine en masse is coming back to the divine feminine. For some, they're on the front of the wave. Here, look, this wave is pushing them along. They're going, here, I'm pushing my way to a better day out of stormy waters. I'm riding my wave in to bring my divine feminine out from the cold, and these connections will occur. This is interesting though, right? 7 of Swords in the soul space. Now here, we need to embrace our soul energy this year. It's a 7-year. So what needs to unpack in the soul energy of the divine masculine, right? His challenge is to leave behind where he's been. Can you imagine waking up to an energy that goes, everything in my life is a lie. Everything I thought I knew to be true is actually a lie. And I'm taking a liberty here with Ricky's permission, right? In going, there's been a bunch of stuff play out for us over the past, since about October, that has been exposing how energy has played against him. And he's waking up very, very quickly to how these forces play out, and he is so determined to fight them. And it's like, we've had understandings before and now he's going, these things that lie to me, I didn't even know where the lie was, where the source was. And it's waking up to going, how many lies have actually taken place in that soul space in order to get them into understandings. And like, to have that energy there, I'm going, if I'm leaning on our journey, and knowing that it plays out differently across the collective, divine masculine is waking up to the lie within their soul, right? Their challenge is to shut it down, walk away from it, not ever let it affect them again. That's not easy, but look what we've got here is a healing energy. The push from spirit, we've got to do some work. They've got work too, right? They've got to get into some serious healing. So talk to the divine, understand the divine, get to know how it operates in their life, and surrender the lies over and go, you don't know what you don't know until you know you don't know it. And then when you do know it, act on it, right? So when the lies come to light, divine masculine is going, I don't know necessarily what I got to do to put an end to it, but I'm prepared to start making effort to change it. Here, the Hangman, this is what I'm talking about. These two sit side by side for me, and like going, because this one's in a healing meditative position, this one's more awake, right? If we put it in, this is like, yes, I'm moving out into another realm and I'm exploring what's out there and doing my bit to heal. This one's more conscious in my mind, because at any point he can reach up, untie himself and set himself free. But he goes, no, I'm deliberately going to slow myself down. I'm deliberately going to pause. What's interesting to me, see this big halo around his head? It's like the divine talking directly to him. So he's getting direct information and he's happy to stop, slow down and listen to what's being said to him. And what is he hearing? What is he hearing? Let's imagine this halo here is being poured into by this angel or this divine creature. And the star energy is going, you are now in the spotlight. You are my focus. You can hear me. You know that I'm trying to help you. It's an energy of hope. So it's going, you've woken up to the idea that you've had these lies play out in your soul space. I know you're feeling challenged to move on. Let's get to work on doing some healing. And I'm going to do my bit. The divine goes, this situation is not hopeless. You're awake to it now. Listen to what I've got to tell you. Move away from those things that lead you into despair and disruption. Follow my voice. Follow the good juice. Look at this, pouring this beautiful divine energy down onto the divine masculine, and he's actually receiving it. That's where I'm getting excited. Righto, let me grab, and we're going to ask directly, what does the divine masculine think of a message. If the divine masculine could say something to divine feminine at this point in time, what would he say? What would he say? Oh, straight up, I just want to say, I'm on my way. I'm moving forward. I'm changing. I'm awakening. It's happening. Oh, I've got goosebumps. Righto, what have we got? We've got the Ace of Swords. I don't know where. Because I wanted to flip that the right way up. It's like, I'm just going to trust my gut on it. Oh. The Emperor in reverse. The Star again. We've got the wheel. Sorry, I went quiet there for a little bit because I just feel like I'm getting messages through, but I will work my way through it. Okay. So we've got the Ace of Swords, the Death card. We've got the Emperor in reverse. We've got the Star. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. And we've got the Queen of Wands. What would I tell you if I could, Divine Feminine? I would tell you that I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring it out. And look, this message is repeated from our Divine Masculine thing. I'm closing the door on my troubles. This Emperor is in reverse. I'm not who I thought I was. I thought I had it all going on. I thought I could do and say and act however I wanted. And I had no idea the impact that my behavior was having on people. I had no idea who I was hurting. I was just following what I wanted to do. I was just listening to going, well, if I feel it, I should chase it. I should do what I want. And people should just accept that what I say goes. That's it. And I'm coming into clarity about the idea that my energy, when I'm in an unhealthy Emperor energy, that I actually do damage, that I hurt people. I'm coming into understanding about that now. And that makes me feel very, very differently about how I move through the world. And I'm closing the chapter on who I was, and I'm focusing on who I want to become. I know that the divine, look at this, we've got the Star again, is pouring down this energy upon my head. And look, she's got the sunflower here, and we're down here. Where was it? The energy. You've got the Star and you've got the sun. See these sunflowers? I can't ignore them at the moment. It's like they're turning their face to the light. Sunflowers turn their face to the light, and it's like going, turn your face to the light. This is, a representation of a divine being who's trying to connect with you and trying to help you. So divine masculine is saying, I've got my face turned towards the light. I'm receiving these blessings, this information from above, and what it's doing is changing my life. It's changing my life 180. I know things I didn't know before. I'm aware of my behavior to an extent that I've never understood to this degree before. So many revelations are coming to me, and I'm employing them to change my life. I have understanding about so many things that you wouldn't even imagine. And I will be able to tell you all about it because I'm passionate about it. Sometimes Queen of Wands gets a bit of a bad rap, but in this particular scenario, I feel like he's going, I'm passionate about what I've learned, and I can't wait to tell you what I've got going on. Look at these flames. I'm passionate about understanding that we are twin flames. I'm passionate about understanding that we have a divine purpose. This is the pillar of our relationship. You and I, we are one. And when we've come down to this earth, we split our energy into two flames. So we walk as two separate energies, but look, there's not nothing in the nothing between these two. Look at the orb that sits between them, right? Here's the pillar. Here's the pillar of truth. This is the divine that says this is where you've come from. These are your two flames, and there's not nothing in the nothing. There's divine energy between these two flames, and he can't wait to tell you that I've always thought about you. I've always don't worry, it's a queen there. Just focus on the energy of the Queen of Wands. She goes after what she wants because she understands it. She's a passionate, creative, sexual creature, even. And she goes, I understand the energy that's between us. It's here to create something new. And I never understood why you affected me the way that you do. But now I get it. And I know I've hurt people. I know I'm going to go, I've been a dick. I've behaved badly. I've hurt people. I've been disrespectful. I've been egoic. I've just been selfish. I've just gone after what I want. But now I understand us a little better. It's taken a lot for me to get there. But when you come back into my company, you're going to see the 180. You're going to see the 180 and you're going to feel it. And I'm going to show you that I am different. Righto. Oh, this read, I knew this was going to be a cracker reading. Now, here's the thing. We move Venus into Pisces, and I don't know why I'm suddenly getting that energy on the 27th of January. And that energy is very, very feminine and dreamy. It's warm, it's compassionate, it's forgiving. Are we going to be having some level of... Now, you do not need to be in physical union for you to be experiencing these energies. Your person could be experiencing this and say nothing, right? Free will is powerful. You could be experience the forgiveness energy and not have them in you, like you just offer it to your divine masculine. So know that you do not have to be with your person to experience the push of these energies. Your union will come online when it comes online. Don't panic, okay? Keep working the doctrine. And I felt like I needed to frame that before we draw these divine love oracles. So let's have a look and see what we've got. Divine love oracle, give me a message for divine feminine, masculine, and for the connection. Souls collide. That kind of dropped off the bottom. I'm going to draw another one. Divine feminine, divine masculine, and the connection. Oh, look, body and soul. Righto. I feel like I get this. I get this. Souls collide. This come out. I didn't select it. It fell off the bottom, and I felt like I wanted to grab it. Souls collide to me is the initial physical contact you come into with your twin flame, right? That moment of awareness. That moment of, oh my gosh, this person is, why the heck do I feel what I do for this person? Because they might be coming off like this, right? And you go, oh, why would I invest in someone who is coming off like this? And I speak about, how twin flames are written off as narcissists and empaths. And, I suppose for some connections that's true. But true twin flames, you might be experiencing out of balance masculine, but you cannot deny that the soul collide energy exists, that you feel something that you can't explain, that you don't understand, you don't see the synchronicities coming, you don't understand what you've just woken up in. It is an extraordinary thing to experience. Twin flames know the difference between narcissists and empaths, even though we experience this version of an out of balance masculine. Now, what's super interesting in this, I'll lean back on our journey here, is I have been spending so much time in prayer. And, if you've been following the channel, I've been talking about being afflicted by a Jezebel energy on our connection, and that my answer to, my antidote to that energy coming at us is prayer, to call her out in Jesus' name, and to stand on that platform to protect not only my union but anyone else who's afflicted by the journey. So I've shared the prayer, which felt like a brave move on my behalf, but I've spent a lot of time in prayer. Now, what's interesting about this, like my other life, is I've studied art. That's, where my degree is in. I had an art gallery, I made art. This is a piece of art that I made. This is actually me in the picture, and there's like a light in the back, and I literally made this piece of art when this happened. Now, this is like, we're going back 10 years, right? After the Soul Collide experience, I made this piece of art where I was trying to get knowledge from the divine about what the twin flame journey was. And almost like a sunflower, I kept turning my face to the light, going, please, God, explain to me what the purpose of this messed up man is in my life, and why can't we just get our act together when this has happened. So prayer has been a powerful player in my twin flame journey. Like, I talk to the divine all the time. And I've shared this with a few people lately, is like, people ask who my best friend is. I say Jesus. Like, I lean on that energy really, really heavily. So to me, for prayer to come up right now, and like where I led this reading is like, we're about to move into knowledge from the divine, some kind of change, awakening, freedom, catalyst energy. Now we're also moving into that warm, feminist, compassion, forgiveness energy, and that's the Christ consciousness energy. So whatever's about to play out, divine feminine, if you've not found the power of prayer, and this does not come from a quote unquote religious standpoint, I do not belong to a church or a particular denomination. I just study twin flame doctrine, I study higher consciousness, I study the Bible, I study ancient mystic, I study everything that I can possibly get my hands on to understand the journey that I'm on. And prayer is a powerful factor in it. I might just read that one. It says, just as we talk and commune, I think I've made a typo here. Sorry, I took a minute there. Just as we talk and commune with family and friends to get to know and understand them better, so too we can use our time in prayer to become closer to the divine and become familiar with his voice. That's the powerful message. Familiar with his voice. We can use this time to clear the fog of life and silence the voices of our ego and any enemies, both real and imagined, in any realm they may exist. Prayer is also a place to come into agreement with the will of the divine. You may not know how things will play out, but in this space, you will be heard, understood, and comforted. The divine knows and loves you, and prayer is the place to reciprocate. I'm yet to, in all the readings that I've done, I think I'm yet to draw this card out as a message for the divine feminine, or a message to anyone anywhere. Like, it just doesn't jump out of the deck as a familiar player. So for it to come out now under the energies that I've just described, the washing clean energy, the compassion forgiveness energy, the warm feminine, the change, the awakening, the freedom, and some level of catalyst. So prayer feels powerful to me. And like I said, I created this piece. It's actually a video, and this is a still from the video of me trying to come to terms with the journey that I'd found myself on. And like I said, I made it about 10 years ago, and I loved how this still from the video, where it was just kind of me and my shadow self communing with the divine. And it just really appears as a light force in the background. And it was how I've got through this journey. And the kicking point there that really rams it home is going, when you get familiar with prayer, you really come to understand when the divine is talking to you. It's not a mystery voice anymore. You hear it loud and clear, and it will edify itself all over the place. So prayer, I know I've stuck on this card for a minute, and I will move on. Just know how powerful I find that to be. Now, this is the flip of that, the ancient mystics. Who's talking to the divine masculine right now? Holy, he's got the ancient mystics. So again, this is leaning into the energy that the other side is bringing resolution and understanding, and bringing them into the truth of who they actually are. And can you imagine, this is what I'm saying, can you imagine waking up and hearing the voice of the ancient mystics, and it's telling you everything that you knew to be true about who you think you are is actually a lie. And what we're trying to do is shut down the forces that exist within you that keep you out of alignment with what is a powerful journey that they're actually on. And here comes, like, all of these forces. It's like calling in the divine's angels and their armies to go, help our divine, pour down all your wisdom on our divine masculine and let them know who they are and what they are meant to be doing. And when that occurs, we have an alignment of body and soul. This is it. In prayer, we have an alignment of body and soul. In connecting with the ancient mystics, an alignment of body and soul. Souls collide. Our bodies and our souls physically collided on the earth plane. We are about to move into another level of knowledge, and as it hits me, I promise you I won't hold back. I share it unabashedly. And again, Ricky has given me his permission to share what we go through with he gives me his full permission, and he says if our journey will, and look, he does intend to have his own voice. It's just he does work on big hours. He's working big hours, and we don't always get to align our schedules that he can have a voice, but he intends to, and share what he's been through over the past few months, which we hope will really help and inspire others to see that the battle is real, but that you can move your way through it, right? You can get out of troubled waters, and the answer to it is the divine. Listen to that divine voice when it's calling you. It will lead you to calmer waters, right? It will. Now, we're going away for a few days. It is my hope that I'm able to connect and offer some readings, but knowing me, I probably won't. I'll probably get lost in the moment, as much as I'd like to, because what I'm actually doing is I spoke about a few months ago, we're doing some filming for a national television show here in Australia, and this is the weekend that we go down and actually do the filming. So I'm excited and nervous and can't wait to bring our collective consciousness to the masses. And as you know, I talk about it as being the glass of water, and we continue to put a drop and a drop and a drop and a drop in. I hope to put many drops into the glass of water, speaking of the frequencies that we're all bringing forward in the ideal that the more that the planet rises up to our vibration, the more unions come online. So here we go, off to do some filming. So we'll be away on the Gold Coast for a few days, but if I don't see you in between time, I'll see you on the flip side of that. I'll wrap our reading up there and say, in faith, hope, and love, it's bye from me for now.